Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here as we prepare for non-charter qualifying for race number 28 on the season, playoff race number 2 here at the Charlotte Roval. As drivers make their way through the back straightaway chicane, getting ready to go green flag racing for 11 laps here. The top 6 drivers will make it into the main event with RJ Bishop lining up on the pole alongside of J Taurus. We talked about this last week at Richmond, how J Taurus is the driver that has made the least number of Duracell chartered starts. Full-time driver down here, running the full season in the non-charter series. The green flag's in the air. We're underway here at the Charlotte Roval. RJ Bishop and J Taurus going to pull away as both were very quick to get into the throttle at the start-finish line. S Ozkan will look to move by D Schwallenberg for third. Succeeds in doing so. Now it's Schwallenberg and L Chung. They'll battle for fourth place. Drivers that qualified up towards the front obviously have a much better chance of advancing into the main event than drivers that qualified at the back. However, one thing that we do know is that with this track being almost 2.5 miles in length, these drivers use up an awful lot of fuel making their way around this road course. And so we could actually end up seeing if these drivers might, even in an 11-lap race, have to hit pit road before the conclusion. Pretty good spaces between first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Battle right now would be for the final transfer position, which K Mathews holds right now over D Voyles. M Roode and A Sampsell battling for 8th place in the 00 and the 13. This, of course, is the updated Charlotte Roval. Back when, look at that, as the car actually got airborne there for K Mathews going over the rumble strip. RJ Bishop had the same thing when he came to take the green flag, so all 4 tires off the ground. That can't be a good feeling for a driver. But when we first had the Charlotte Roval on the schedule for the Duracell Cup Series back in Season 1, it might have actually even been in Season 2, we had the older version of Charlotte, which has that tire barrier over there on the backstretch chicane. And a lot of drivers, their days were over because of stuff like that, hitting that particular area of the racetrack. That's not there anymore. They've actually widened it up, and it now offers drivers the opportunity. Apologies there, I don't know what happened. But it gives drivers the opportunity to be able to run that corner with a little bit more confidence rather than scared that their car is going to clobber that tire barrier. This still is the battle for third place between S Ozkan and L Chung. And just based on what I'm seeing right now, it doesn't look like we're going to be in for a heck of a lot of passing in our main event later on today. It may end up coming down really to pit road. So as I say that, though, J Taurus got a nice bit of draft off of RJ Bishop through NASCAR 3 and 4 and closed up the gap just a little bit. Not really sure where the passing zones are going to be here today either. I know that we ran Charlotte Roval last season, but there have been some changes made to this racetrack from then to now. And not really sure how those changes are going to play out in terms of what type of racing we're going to see. Now, being a road course, I'm almost fully expecting the fact that we will probably see green flag racing from start to finish, at least here for this 11-lapper. Which is why I'm really curious whether or not pit road is going to play a part into this or not. But when we put 42 cars out there on the racetrack, then what do we end up seeing? Do we end up seeing potentiality of a full course yellow? Or do we run that 33-lap main event under the green flag? Or, I'm sorry, 28 laps, actually, under the green flag. S Ozkan and L Chung continuing to run in close proximity for that third position. And now Ozkan gets a nice run there through the front straightaway chicane. I think L Chung may have hit the turtles, if you will, there, those rumble strips that killed her momentum and allows D Schwallenberg to actually take advantage. Schwallenberg's going to move into 4th place. Or is he? Chung going to battle back on the inside of this right-hander, this set of right-handers. But Schwallenberg able to get back to the throttle sooner. He's going to clear and move into P4. D Voyles has been able to get around K Mathews. Mathews actually with some right side damage now on his machine. Not sure where that came from. And that's dropped him out of a transfer spot. Voyles now up to 6th. RJ Bishop continues to show the way, however, our runner-up finisher at Michigan. And talk about the run that Young Motorsports has been on. Adam Garcia winning the regular season finale at Auto Club. Dylan Young winning the first playoff race last week at Richmond. And RJ Bishop trying to continue on that Ford Mustang team success by winning the non-charter race here at the Charlotte Roval. We're going to step aside for just a quick moment. I will be right back. You're not going to miss any of the action. We'll return here to our non-charter qualifying event here at the Charlotte Roval in just a moment. There we go. Didn't miss much. Missed maybe a couple 100 feet there of RJ Bishop on the front straightaway, as he hit the line to put lap number 5 on the board, which will give us 7 laps remaining in this event. Right now, he is the leader. J Taurus 2nd, S Ozkan, D Schwallenberg in 3rd and 4th, L Chung in 5th. Right now, D Voyles holds down the final position. I'm going to drop back here to see about a couple of our former winners at road courses. D Voyles is one of them. He took the checkered flag back at Watkins Glen. Remember, he and Pedro Lucas had that battle to the start-finish line after Lucas messed up final turn 7. But Rob Evans is another former winner of a non-charter race at a road course back at the Indy Grand Prix road course. Right now, the 65 not running so well in the 22nd position. Didn't have the best of qualifying results. And as I mentioned here, not only here for the non-charter race, but for the main event as well. Good starting track position is going to be very, very important. Unless pit road comes into play. We're looking here at Tristan Allen, who of course picked up that victory in the Charter Series a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden it is escaping my memory as to what track that was. Yeah, I'm still trying to think of it in my head, and I'm not being able to reel it in. Apologies, I don't have the schedule up in front of me either to be able to adhere to. It's been a while since we've really seen RJ Bishop up at the front. I keep kind of going back to his Michigan weekend, and I know that, you know, he had a career day there, but still would have liked to have taken the checkered flag in both cases. Finished runner-up in the non-charter race, and then finished runner-up to his teammate Adam Garcia when Garcia picked up his first career Duracell Cup Series victory. But again, just the fact of him out in front, showing the way here, having the good qualifying speed that he did to start on the pole position, just shows that Young Motorsports is a force to be reckoned with, and the fact that they've got all 3 of their charter machines in the playoffs, one of them already advancing to the round of 12. I mean, look out, rest of the field. Could be 75% of your Final Four when we get to Homestead, Miami, made up of those Mustangs. Schwallenberg, nice run there through the front straightaway. Tried to see if he could get to the back bumper of S Ozkan for 3rd place. I probably wonder, well, why, if you're in a transfer spot, would you battle the guy in front of you, run the risk that you could have a mistake and fall outside of the top 6? Well, consider the fact that if you win this race, you're going to be starting from 37th. If you finish 2nd, you're going to be starting from 38th. But if you finish 6th, you're going to be starting 42nd. And what did I just get finished saying? The better your starting track position, the better chance you have of a good finishing position when we get to the main event. And so these drivers are realizing that every position they pick up on track here whether it be up inside the top 6 or not, is one better starting spot for the main event later on today. Daniel Voyles right now is the hunted, and Michael Roode is the hunter. He's in 7th place trying to reel in that 63 for the final transfer spot. And let's take a lap around Charlotte Roval, courtesy of our race leader, RJ Bishop. Down into Heartburn, turn 1. Still keeping it in 3rd gear there. You can hear just how much off the throttle time there really is. Completely out of the gas going into that right-hander. He has not shifted down to 2nd gear at any point here since hitting the start-finish line, which is quite surprising. Down into the NASCAR turn 1. He'll be up to 4th gear here by the time he reaches the back straightaway. There it is, the upshift. Heavy braking zone down here into the back straightaway chicane. But only down to 3rd, not down to 2nd gear. And into NASCAR turn 3, headed for NASCAR turn 4 before that front straightaway chicane leading to the start-finish line. And you can hear how the car hits that rumble strip there. And that's a lap around the track, courtesy of RJ Bishop. That last time by, Bishop ran a 123.192. That is about half a second slower than his fastest lap. J Taurus has now fallen back into the clutches of S Ozkan and D Schwallenberg, and the caution flag is out. I just saw the lights on there on the back straightaway. So caution's going to come out here. And RJ Bishop's going to come around to 2 to go. So this race may actually be ending under yellow. They do have to race back, however. So we will stay here and see if the drivers scored 1st through 6 will remain 1st through 6 when we come back around, as Michael Roode has managed to get by Daniel Voyles. Voyles dropping from 6th to 8th. So Roode has moved into a transfer spot. And now at this point, I think that all these drivers, 2nd through 5th, they're all going to just hold the spots they've got, knowing that this race has every chance of not being able to get back green. RJ Bishop going to come out of the final chicane, and he'll hit the start-finish line. And as you see there, receive the caution flag from the flagman. Taurus, Ozkan, Schwallenberg, Chung, and now Michael Roode all crossing the line here with 2 laps to go in transfer positions, as the pace car will now pick up RJ Bishop. But what brought out the caution is the question. So the 20 of W Goss was way back there, but I don't know if he necessarily was the cause of the yellow or not. Let's go back and see if we can take a look. Looks like our non-charter qualifying session is going to end under the yellow. I don't think that they're going to get the 1 to green when they hit the line. Doesn't matter if they do, because RJ Bishop's going to see the white flag this next time by. Following Z Stultz in the 44. Was running in 18th place, and we see how that car just flies up into the air. They're hitting the rumble strips, and he just had no control when that thing landed back down the ground. Slides up into the outside wall, and then everybody's trying to slow up as he's trying to get his car refired. J Osborne jumps to the top. And then Rob Evans, I think he might push Arthur Xavier into the right rear quarter panel of Z Stultz. And the 2 of them are going to make some contact here heading down into turn 1. That sends the 44 completely sideways with the track blocked up and oncoming traffic. The race official's not certain if he was going to get turned back straight. They had to throw the caution there. He does, however, get turned back the right direction with a little assistance from the 24 car. So that's why we weren't really sure who it was that brought the caution out. But good call there by the officials, because you never know if that car is going to migrate back down the racetrack or stay 90 degrees facing the wrong way with drivers coming into the vicinity. So Z Stultz and Arthur Xavier's contact's going to end this race under the yellow flag, and RJ Bishop's going to pick up the non-charter win here today at the Charlotte Roval. You see the pace car lights are still on, and RJ Bishop did receive the white flag that time by. So it looks like Toyotas and Fords are going to sweep the transfer positions here today. 4 Camrys and 2 Mustangs. And none of them are teammates to each other, I don't believe. So RJ Bishop will be rolling off 37th for the Bank of America Roval 400 later on today. 38th will be J Taurus. 39th, Ozkan. 40th, Schwallenberg. 41st, L Chung. And 42nd, M Roode. D Schwallenberg, of course, the winner of one of the charter heat races back at the Chili Bowl. Didn't make the required number of starts despite that victory to be in the playoffs this year, but certainly trying to finish out the season as best that he can. And also Dylan Schwallenberg very much so up in that battle, as is S Ozkan, for Rookie of the Year honors. And so it makes it very important for those drivers to make it into the main event, because only in making it into the main event do you get rookie points. You have to be in the charter race. RJ Bishop through NASCAR 3 and 4 is going to come around here. A dominating performance after starting on the pole position. And if you want to count the non-charter and charter races for the last 3 weeks, this will be the 3rd win for Young Motorsports, as RJ Bishop's going to cross the start-finish line, and he will be transferring into the main event here at the Charlotte Roval later on today. J Taurus, M Ozkan, Dylan Schwallenberg, L Chung, and M Roode will be joining him. W Goss was the last driver to cross. Standings are now official, as looks like we did have a driver out of the race. Seth Cole out of the race with a tire problem. Didn't see that. But we gave you your top 6 that are transferring to the main event, the 28-lapper later on today. We saw Dylan Young lock himself into the round of 12 last week at Richmond. Will another playoff contender do the same here today? Or will we see a non-playoff driver go to victory lane maybe for the first time this season? We'll find out as Bishop, Taurus, Ozkan, Schwallenberg, Chung, and Roode. We'll see them later on today towards the rear of the field for the Bank of America Roval 400. Thanks for tuning into this qualifying session. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today, and we will see you guys here for some more road course racing this week in just a little bit, as race number 28 of the Duracell Cup Series playoff race number 2 will have its green flag. Till then, I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching the production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.